Hello everyone, my name is Kristen, the founder of Roots of Radiance Reiki, and I am here today to share with you a Reiki healing experience for the full moon in Aquarius that's happening on August 11th, 2022. So full moons tend to be times where it's really good and really kind of juicy time to do releasing, to let go, to do any kind of intention setting or kind of ceremony to let go. This full moon that's happening in August is a super full moon. It is the third super full moon that has happened in a row. So we had one in June, we had one in July, and now we have this last one in August. So in a way, this full moon is kind of bringing that kind of healing that might have started in June, right, to kind of completion, right? Bringing us into like a full circle completion. So you might want to kind of like tap back into where you were at in June, maybe look back in your journal, see what your full moon intention was at that point in time. Kind of tap into that energy and see, is there anything else that wants to be released in relation to what you've been kind of working on, moving through for the past couple months? This full moon happens in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is a fixed sign, and Aquarius has the symbol of the water bearer. And so in many ways, Aquarius is this sign of healing, right? Of purifying, right? Taking up the waters, the emotions, right? Of the collective, of ourselves, healing it, processing it, and then pouring it back out, giving it back out, but more cleansed, right? More purified. And so in many ways, this full moon is really inviting us into looking at what emotions, right? Maybe have we been avoiding, right? What emotions, feelings, griefs, angers, what really big emotions have we been not looking at that need to be seen, right? That need to be recognized, that need to be processed, that need to be moved through so that we can kind of complete those cycles and move into something bigger, right? I think that there is a tendency in our world to look away, right? Many of us have not been taught the tools to kind of build our capacity to hold these big emotions that arise for many of us, right? Grief, that's the one that's coming to me most, right? Like this big grief at what we've done, at what we're doing, right? And when we don't let ourselves look at it, hold it, feel it, we can't process it, right? We can't metabolize it, we can't move through it. And so what we've seen and what I have seen is that when we don't address it, right, as we can kind of see in our world right now, the harms continue to multiply, right? The harms continue to compound, right? Because that emotion, that grief that wants to be expressed, that wants to be moved, that wants to be felt, right? It gets stuck, it gets lodged because we override it, we push it down, we look away, we avoid, right? And so that emotion never gets processed. So it just becomes this like density that lives in us, that lives in our system, that lives in our consciousness, our awareness, our world. And that causes a lot of harm, right? That dense energy can grow into so many like tumors, right? That like really cause lasting harm. And so I think it's really important. There's a really strong invitation right now for us to let go of the avoidance, right? To let go of this fear that we're not capable of holding the grief, right? A teacher of mine once reminded me that grief is an expression of love. That grief is an expression of love. That only when we love do we really feel that grief. And so when we allow ourselves to grieve, we are allowing ourselves to expand our love, to love at even bigger breaths, at even deeper depths, right? And so I encourage you in a way that feels good, whether that's reaching out to support systems, to finding a grief counselor, to finding a grief circle, to sitting with yourself, to really let yourself feel those big emotions and move those big emotions, right? We are more than capable of processing, holding, metabolizing those emotions. We are more than capable of feeling these emotions and not getting lost. Our bodies are miraculous and they can metabolize so much if we give it space, if we give ourselves space to scream, to cry, to move, to dance, to drum, right? When we give ourselves space to really let the emotions move out of us, we can come into something new, something better, something deeper. And so this full moon in Aquarius, inviting us to let go, right? Inviting us to release, is really, really a great time to do some of that work, right? And actually, I'll be guiding us through a Reiki meditation here to help us to clear and to activate our own abilities to metabolize. I'll say as well that the sign of Aquarius, right, being an air sign and also being like the water bearer, right, it brings in these two primordial elements that are so shifty and shapy, right, where air can blow and impact its space and water flows and carves out caverns, right? So these are two elements that are both alive within this air sign of Aquarius that are really inviting movement, right? That are really inviting us to move, to clear, to use our breath to clear, to use our breath to purify, to use water and anchor into the medicine of water to help us clear, to help us cleanse, to help us purify, right? So I really encourage you to play in this movement energy, right? This can look like dancing, this can look like walking, this can look like swaying, this can look like breath work, this can look like taking a bath, right? Or like having an intentional cleansing shower, right? So there's so many ways that we can play and tap into this elemental wisdom. And I really encourage you to follow your intuition here, right? And to give yourself permission to let go at even greater depths, right? To release and surrender with even more intentionality, right? These full moons are really inviting us to let go, to let cycles come to completion, right? To shine light on that which we've been avoiding, neglecting, right? That which we've been carrying for too long, right? And so I just invite you to really get curious and give yourself permission to let go. And trust that as we let go, we make space for new life to grow, right? I'm reminded of the forest. I'm reminded of when trees fall in the forest, right? It's a death of the tree, and yet fungus grows in the carcass of that wood, right? That like bugs and all sorts of little critters create a home, right? That in death and decay, actually life is very present. And so I think that there is this reminder of this kind of like cyclical nature and interconnectedness of the light and the dark, right? That like so often in this world, there's this binary. It's either light or it's dark. It's either alive or it's dead. And we have so much more, there's so much more interconnectedness. Things are so much more interdependent than we've been taught. And so as we let go, we're actually creating space for all that we're dreaming of, all that we're longing for, all that we're wishing for. And so let yourself grieve. Let yourself grieve what you're letting go. Let yourself have little release rituals, whether that's through burning or water or whatever. Let yourself let go so that you can create more space for all that you deserve, right? All right. I've said a lot here. So I'll invite you to make yourself a little bit more comfortable, right? You can do this healing experience and activation laying down. You can be standing, you can be sitting. I invite you to just follow your body wisdom here. Make yourself more comfortable. Maybe get a sip of water, hydrate yourself. Oh. And then as you feel ready, I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't, I invite you to have a soft gaze. Maybe you want to stare out the window at a plant. Maybe you want to stare gently at the floor. Just look without attaching too much to what you see, or just let your eyes close. We're going to begin to connect with our breath here, right? Aquarius is an air sign, and we connect with, commune with, merge with air every time that we breathe. So I'll invite you to breathe in here, really being conscious of the air entering your body, feeling it move through your mouth, move through your nose, fill your body here. And then let it go. Maybe you want to do some sounding. We're going to breathe in again, really tuning into the experience of feeling the air enter your body. And then let it out. Again, breathing in here, inviting that element of air to enter our body, to help us cleanse, to help us land. Letting it go. Let's take 2 more deep breaths like this, letting the air enter our body, filling us up, helping us expand, and letting it go, releasing it, contracting. 1 more breath here. And I'm going to invite the Holy Fire Reiki to work with each of us now, each of us in a way that is perfectly aligned for us. And if you are ready to claim this healing for yourself, to claim this freedom for yourself, to claim this healing, claim it now. Say out loud, I claim this healing for myself. I claim this healing for my lineage. I claim this healing for my ancestors. I claim this healing for all living beings on earth. I claim this healing now. I claim this healing for myself. And with that, we'll imagine and invite and allow the Holy Fire Reiki to move around our bodies now, holding us in unconditionally loving love, holding us in the energy of unconditional love, feeling our auras cleansed, feeling our energy bodies cleansed, feeling the space around us cleansed, right? Any of that negativity, any of that frantic energy that might have been surrounding us before can just be released now. Just allow it to be released as this Reiki energy, this divine loving energy just holds us in love, surrounds us in love. And as we feel ourselves held by the energy of love here, I'll invite you to imagine that you can breathe in this love. That with every breath you take here, you can invite divine, unconditional, loving energy into your body to meld with your life force, to become one with you. So as you breathe now, I invite you to imagine that you can breathe in the Reiki. Invite it into your lungs, invite it into your belly, invite it into your body. And as you exhale, you can just release anything that's ready to be let go. Again, we'll breathe in that Reiki here, feeling it fill our mind, feeling it fill our lungs, feeling it fill our back body and our front body. Just allowing. We'll continue breathing here, and with each breath, surrendering a little bit more into the energy of love. Allowing that energy to fill us. Allowing that energy to fill us from fingertips to toe. And with every exhale, trusting our body's unique ability to cleanse itself, to release, to let go. And with your mind, with your imagination, I'll invite you to direct this breath, direct this energy to places where you're holding tension, to places where you feel tightness, trusting that your mind has the ability to bring great healing to your body just through the visualization and intention of healing happening. So as we simultaneously surrender, trusting the energy to work with us in the perfect way, we'll also invite it, direct it, imagine it flowing into those tight points in the back of our body, in our shoulders, in our jaws, in our hips. Anywhere else where we feel tension, we'll just invite that energy in, trusting that it will work with us in the perfect way. And as we begin to feel this energy, the tingles, the warmth, the breath of it, maybe becoming aware of parts of our bodies that we've forgotten. The back of our arms, our armpits, our inner thighs, our genitals, the arches of our feet. We'll just allow this energy to connect us more deeply with ourselves. Inviting release here. Inviting anything that's not rightfully ours to be released. Inviting anything that's ready to be let go to be released. Inviting anything that does not serve our highest good and the energy of love to be let go. Allowing that Reiki energy, that unconditionally loving energy, to spiral in our joints, bringing juiciness there, to spiral through our spine, bringing softness and juiciness to all the points between our bones, the cartilage, that space. Inviting that Holy Fire Reiki to work between the space where our organs are, in that space between our skin and our muscles, to invite the energy to work in the airy spaces of our bones, inviting it to work with our vital organs, feeling it cleanse and purify our muscles, our bones, our organs, our cells, our blood. Feeling ourselves reactivated and charged. I'll invite you here now to imagine that you can extend grounding cords, beautiful golden grounding cords or roots, thick, luscious roots out from the base of your spine, out from the blades of your shoulders, out from the tips of your toes, your heels, and your knees. Imagine these cords, these luscious roots grow down, down, down into the earth. Into the earth they grow, they stretch, they broaden, they mingle, they connect you with this planet. They anchor you here. They anchor you here as you embrace this airy energy. You are grounded, anchored, supported, connected. Take a few breaths here, feeling those roots of yours, feeling those grounding cords, allowing anything that's ready to be let go from your ancestral line, from your soul lineage, from your physical body, from this lifetime, to filter out through your roots, through those beautiful cords and into the ground, the earth can take it. Oh, she takes it gladly because she can transmute anything, even shit, into nourishment. She transforms it. Give it to her as an offering, let go, and trust that this offering is received with gratitude. Continue to allow yourself to release and let go here as you are firmly planted, rooted, and connected to the earth. And as you breathe here, I invite you to breathe in the life force energy of this planet. Breathe in the loving nourishment of the earth. Feeling that earth energy move into your body. Feeling yourself deeply rooted even as you connect in with this blustery element of air. Feeling the way that earth and air exist in opposition to each other and yet in harmony with each other. The way that air can help to blow and clear and stir this earthly element that is still and stoic. Feeling the way that air can help to bring playfulness to this stoic earth. Feeling the way that wind and air can clear and cleanse and purify. And as you feel ready, I invite you to imagine that a golden iridescent light begins to spiral down from above, spiraling down from the highest heaven, spiraling down from the source point of the universe. This airy, ethereal, iridescent light begins to spiral down, spirals in through the crown of your head, spiraling in through the crown of your head, spiraling down through your third eye, through your throat, through your heart, through your solar plexus, through your sacral space, all the way down to your root. This light is spiraling down from that source point, moving out from your root and into the ground. It spirals, stirring and moving and creating space within you, taking with it anything that is ready to be released. Leaving in its wake the unconditional love of Source, leaving in its wake the unconditional love of Creator. Feel that spiraling energy move through your central spinal column, helping to clear and cleanse, helping to stir and center. As that energy spirals through you, it awakens within you anything that's ready to come to completion. Any healings that are ready to come to completion. Any limiting beliefs that are ready to be released. Any old narratives and stories that are ready to come to an end so that you can step into a new story that's empowering, uplifting, and loving. A new story that's expansive, a new story that's full of joy and pleasure and love and abundance and unity and gratitude. Feel, allow, give permission for these old stories to come to a close, in a perfect way, to be completed. You don't need to carry them. You don't need to keep telling them. You don't need to stay stuck in them. They can be completed now. They can come to an end. The chapter can come to an end. A new story can start. Release. Release yourself from old limiting narratives. Let go. Release. Let go. Release. Allow. Surrender. Surrender. Give these stories over to that source energy spiraling through you. Allowing that energy to move out of you. You need not do anything but allow, but give permission to let yourself release. Are you ready to let go, let go, let go? Are you ready to rise? Release your burden so you can rise. Let those old stories die. What story do you want to tell? What story do you long to live? Claim it. Claim it now. The element of air takes shape. Takes shape in those around us. Takes shape by blowing through. What stories want to blow through you so they can take shape? What healings want to move through you so they can actualize? What medicine wants to be made tangible through you? Allow it. Let go of any stories that keep you from living your full potential. Allow it. Let go. Be willing. If you feel tightness and tension in your body, create space for softness, for a new story to be told. Allow the release. Invite renewal. Let's take a few breaths here, breathing in, feeling our power. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, feeling ourselves expand into a new story. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, feeling ourselves take up more space. Breathing out, letting go, releasing. One more breath here, feeling ourselves claim our power. Breathing out, letting go. I'll invite the Holy Fire Reiki to begin moving towards completion of this healing space, of this activation. Trusting that this energy, this healing will come to completion in the perfect time and space for you. Maybe it requires a few more sleep cycles. Maybe it requires a letting go ceremony. Trust yourself here. Trust in the healing. Trust that what needs to be completed is coming to a completion. What needs to be let go, released, is being released and let go. Trusting this energy to work in our highest good, to help us evolve and rise. Trusting that sometimes what gets stirred up needs to be processed a bit more before it's fully complete. Giving ourselves space, giving ourselves permission to process and move through, and to let that process come to a completion in a swift fashion. Allowing the healing to take place now. The healing has occurred now. The healing is happening now. The releases are happening now. We are letting go now. I'll invite the Holy Fire Reiki channel to slowly begin to come to a close, allowing us to be filled and held with unconditional love, allowing that love to spread and multiply within our being, within our world. And as that Holy Fire Reiki channel comes to a close, know that you can come back to this healing space at any time. That source, love, energy is always accessible to you, just waiting for you to invite it to work with you. And I'll invite us here to tune back into our grounding cords, our roots, allowing any residual energy to be released out of those cords, out of those roots. Allowing anything that came up that's ready to be completed and released completely now to filter out of our bodies, out of our awareness, out of our energy, out of our emotions, through those roots and into the ground. Letting go, releasing, letting go, releasing. And from this space, I will invite us to just keep these cords, keep these roots firmly planted, so that as we continue to move through this Aquarius energy, this airy energy, we can feel a sense of groundedness and deep connection to the planet. That as the air stirs within us and around us, helping to release, helping us to evolve, helping us to let go, we are still firmly rooted and planted, and not being blown around like a plastic bag, but rather the wind blows through our branches like the firmly planted trees, helping us to stir, release, and receive all that is meant for us in this moment, in this time now. I'll invite you to send some gratitude down to the earth, and place your hands on your heart. With your hands on your heart, I invite you to send some gratitude to yourself. Sending gratitude to yourself for the healing that's taken place here. Sending gratitude to yourself for your willingness to show up, your willingness to continue letting go, your willingness to continue to heal. And from this place as well, I invite you to send gratitude out. Gratitude out to the world, to all of those other healers, all of those other light workers, earth warriors, all of those other bridge builders and weavers, all of those rainbow warriors, all of those other light workers, healers, and magic makers who are here to heal now, here on the planet to heal right now. Let's send gratitude out to them. Sending gratitude out to all of those who are taking up the mantle of healing, who are breaking generational cycles, who are breaking generational patterns, choosing to heal and do things differently. We send you gratitude and love, dear ones. You are not alone. Thank you. Thank you for your healing. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for showing up now so that we may heal ourselves, this world, this planet, and all those in our lines, in our ancestral lines, in our lineage. Knowing that as we heal ourselves, we send healing back through time and space, forward through time and space, healing all of those in our lineage. That these healings ripple out far beyond us. That our minds don't need to understand the sheer expansiveness of the healing that we are doing now, but that we can just feel a sense of gratitude and awe. And when you feel ready, I invite you to bring some movement back into your body. Maybe you want to sway, maybe you want to shake, maybe you want to touch your body, rub your body, feel your body. Blink some light back into your eyes and begin to look around your space, landing once again in this physical time and space. Feeling yourself in the here and now. Feeling this healing come to completion. Feeling this healing fully integrate into your being as you move and you shake and you land. Thank you so much for moving through this healing with me. I'd love to hear how it landed with you. I'd love to hear anything that might have come up in the comments. Thank you so much, my friend. Know that you are not doing this work alone. That so many of us are on the planet now choosing to rise, choosing to change, choosing to make a different choice than those that came before us. If you'd like to connect further, please reach out to me. I would love to work with you, heal with you, learn from you. Again, my name is Kristen. I'm the founder of Roots of Radiance Reiki. And look in the comments below or in the links below for ways to connect with me. I love you. Thank you for moving through this with me.